Welcome to day 513 of our Web3 journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in the Deso app. So, Brian, where do you see the crypto space going within the next, let's say, 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. And being that this is a quiet day on Deso, not much news, quiet day in Web3, it's a good time to answer this. And I think in the next 2 or 3 years, I think the Ethereum merge will actually have a major impact on the whole space. And this is going to have implications for all cryptos. Uh, Obviously, Ethereum is going from proof of work to proof of stake. It's better for the environment. Some people say it's going to centralize things a little bit more because you now have people and companies like Coinbase who own a bunch of Ethereum because they're holding it for other people who are able to stake that. And when they do that, they are actually providing a node for that network, but they're going to have a larger portion of, I guess, the Ethereum network under control. So people say it is more centralized, and there are issues with governments. The government could say, "Hey, we don't want Coinbase being a node and being productive on the Ethereum network." So they could go and try and shut down or have Coinbase censor what they're doing on Ethereum, which could have some implications. But we'll see. I think ultimately the merge is going to have a major impact and probably a positive impact. Ethereum is going to be less inflationary, uh, obviously the environmental impacts, and it's going to be more scalable and able to do more, which in effect is going to help the entire crypto space, I think. And maybe I'm sure it's going to hurt some of the smaller cryptos that might be kind of eaten by what Ethereum is doing, but overall it should have a major impact. And I think this is obviously just one of many crypto winters. Uh, we seem to have a crypto winter every like 3 years or so.
I, I,
And
I wonder
usually,
I wonder what's going to happen with Bitcoin. I mean, right now we definitely see the crypto winter affecting Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's trading at like what 21,000 this morning. It was up to the high 60s, and it's crashed. So do we do we see a rebound soon? Does it kind of stagnate here and hang out around this area? Does it fall further? It Nobody can really say for sure, and these videos are definitely not investment advice by any means. But I do think as we get closer to the next halving in 2024, and especially after the next halving, I think we could see the next jump, huge jump in Bitcoin. I think maybe we'll see new highs sometime in late 2024. Again, that's just my guess based on what I've seen in the past, not investment advice.
yeah, and I think that combined with the Ethereum merge, which is going to open up all sorts of other possibilities and so much other stuff that's going on other chains. I think that's all going to kind of combine for another bull run eventually. But usually, as I was saying, we emerge from these crypto winters having learned something and being stronger because of what we've learned. And I think this crypto winter, the big, I guess, monkey in the room is that we've learned that stable coins don't always have to be stable, and that a collapse of a stable coin can really have this infectious effect and take down a lot of companies and a lot of projects if they're not careful. So I think that's just something that we've learned, and it will allow us to move forward a lot stronger. In the past, we've learned about like ICOs and how there's a lot of ICO scams. So and every time you emerge into a new summer and you're stronger because of it. Uh, I
So,
think
so,
that
so I
also,
mean, I think we'll probably, like I said, late 2024, we're going to see a Bitcoin jump and crypto market jump. But I think it's possible to see something a lot sooner than that. But I think that will really spur a huge jump once we hit that next halving.
right. And for example, like what we've learned with the stable coins, I think this is also going to force regulators to probably implement more regulations, governments to implement more regulations. And that doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. In fact, I can view it as a positive because it is kind of legitimizing the crypto space. Now, maybe you're not going to be completely anonymous on some of these chains, or maybe there's going to be some hurdles that you're going to have to get over. But overall, for the crypto space and the feasibility of it becoming this global market, I think is incredible once you start getting governments recognizing it and regulating it.
Yeah, and we've started to see that quite a bit over the last couple of years already, but I think that's just going to continue going forward. So let's move forward into the Deso blockchain. And Deso, of course, is a Web3 blockchain that kind of brings social into the blockchain. I guess I shouldn't say kind of, it does bring social into the blockchain. And a lot of people see that as a future. What are we looking for when it comes to the Deso blockchain, Brian?
I think there's a lot of things to look forward to, and of course, right now things are slow. The new user acquisition is down, but overall, I think there's a lot that I'm excited about. And MetaMask integration, which is coming really soon, I think that's going to be really important. I think it's really going to open things up to the 4 million plus Ethereum wallets out there. It's going to help push DeSo to become this sort of underlying social chain for Ethereum projects. So that if you're creating or building something with Ethereum, you can also integrate a social chain into it because you're going to be able to link MetaMask and there's going to be possibilities there. I think that what's being built on the DeSo chain, I know development on DeSo slowed considerably over the last probably 6 months or so, but there are still a lot of projects out there. And these projects are moving full steam ahead. Some of them are well capitalized. Others just are driven by their passion for DeSo, but there's DeSo Messenger, there's Story, there's Pearl, of course, NFTZ, which we're building, Zircles, the Social World, Gem Story, Vibe Hut. There's so many more. I know I probably forgot several, but I know that what we have planned for NFTZ has us really excited. Ed, we want to just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I mean, I think going back to the MetaMask integration, I think the importance of being able to connect a MetaMask wallet and Ethereum wallet to the DeSo blockchain and not have to actually create a whole new seed phrase in order to log into DeSo, I think that's going to be huge. And of course, that's being done through derived keys, which is a pretty secure method. So with NFTZ, which is our NFT platform, what we're going to do is we're also going to allow for the connection of MetaMask wallet. Whether we use our own solution or if we use Deso's solution, I don't know yet. We do have our own solution worked out. Maybe Deso's will be better, but it's going to allow Ethereum NFT collectors who come in, connect their MetaMask. It's essentially going to create a Deso account for them, and then they can showcase their Ethereum NFTs. They can create galleries for their NFTs, unique galleries. You know, they can segment their NFTs. Maybe they only want to show their bored apes and have an individual URL to share their bored apes or a QR code to share their bored apes. They're going to be able to do that, and they're going to have their own zone. So if you have an ETH account, let's say you have Krasenstein.eth, that's going to be your zone. So Krasenstein.eth.nftz.me could essentially be your NFT zone where you are sharing your Ethereum NFTs. And we're going to do this for Solana and eventually have a way to connect your Phantom wallet, other wallets for other blockchains as well. So I think moving forward, we're going to see a lot of intermingling between blockchains. I think we're going to see integration between blockchains. And I think DeSo is going to be one of the chains that really spur that movement on because of because of the social graphs that you have on the blockchain where you don't have to worry about losing followers if you build up a big following on a Web2 platform. You're going to be able to connect your DeSo account to other platforms. Maybe Coinbase NFT allows you to connect it for social. Maybe OpenSea allows you to connect it so you can have social aspects in OpenSea that are all on chain. Wait and see about that.
Yeah, and something I would think is important to bring up is that connecting to Ethereum here is important for another reason. And I think that's because the Ethereum merge is going to allow Ethereum to scale better, have less fees. There is a danger that somebody could build something similar to DeSo on Ethereum, a social layer onto Ethereum. And that could be a danger to the DeSo blockchain. So being able to integrate with Ethereum is important because it kind of allows us to get a leg up over anything that could eventually be built onto Ethereum. So that's something to think about. I'm also excited about integrations. And I know that I've been talking about integrations for a while here. And I think that now is a time that DeSo should start spending on seeking partnerships, hiring people that can just spend full time seeking partnerships. And whether they're complex social platforms that are integrating with Deso or non-social platforms, but using Deso, they can become more social. I think there's so many possibilities out there. And an example I like to use is like you go to like, I guess, ESPN.com and every news story has like this discussion under it. And they're using something like discuss. It's like a plugin that they're using for commenting. Like you could, Deso could be that. And they could integrate with thousands of websites like Discuss does. And I don't see why anybody would choose Discuss when you can have it on chain, immutable, able to tip, able to buy people's coins. It just makes so much more sense.
You have
And
a
finally,
reputation tied to your username because you want to build up that coin following. You want to build up that those coin buys and the value of your coin, and so you're going to be less likely to spam, and those spammers could easily be filtered out by coin price or by followers.
exactly. And finally, the final thing that I'm really excited about with DISO is their COO hirings, Chief Operating Officer. This person hopefully will be somebody that can really take things to the next level, allow Natter to do what he does best, and that is, of course, develop and think and just do what he loves, not having to run things like a business, because I don't think Natter really wants to do that, but a COO would. And I think that could really push things forward for DISO.
Yeah, for sure. So, what other news is taking place in the Deso blockchain? We have DAO DAO. They have been nominated for a Smoothie Award. We talked about Deso being nominated for a Smoothie Award a couple weeks ago. I think they came in, what was it, second place
Yeah.
uh, out of all the companies, that all the Web3 companies. So, Smoothie is a reliable way to find Web3 products. And you can vote for DAO DAO on there. Winning first place is definitely going to help them grow. It's going to get them some notoriety. So if you haven't voted, go to smoothie.so and be sure to vote for DAO DAO because I think they're deserving of a vote. What they're trying to do for DAOs is quite extraordinary. Whether it works out or not, I don't know. I'm hoping it does. I think it has a lot of potential, but it's definitely one of those Web3 products that I think need the attention. It's not getting enough attention.
Yeah, I'm going to go vote right now, actually, after we record this.
So Agent X, you might be familiar with NFT Van Halen's Agent X NFTs on the Deso blockchain. They're these 3D NFTs of these really cool agents. If you go to nftz.me, you can actually view them in full 3D. You can even put on your VR headset and walk around the actual 3D NFTs. This was kind of made to showcase 3D NFTs on the Deso blockchain and 3D NFTs on NFTZ. But NFT Van Halen, he started minting these on his own personal account. That's Boss Van Halen. And what he realized was that he probably should be doing it on a separate account. So what he did was he created the Agent X Deso account and he reminted the two that he had sold and transferred them to the original owners, Dragonstone and James Barrett. And then all future Agent X NFTs will be minted using that account and will be viewable at agentx.nftz.me. What's really cool is that the creator coin for Agent X is opening today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And those who buy $10 worth of the coin are going to get 0.5% of royalties for future Agent X NFT mints. There will be a limit, so each new NFT that's minted by Agent X will have a maximum of five individuals who will receive royalties. So if there's more than five coin holders, let's say there's 10, it's gonna be rotating. So the first NFT, only five will receive the royalties. The next NFT, the five other will receive the royalties, and it will alternate. So you'll get half the royalties for half the NFTs if there's 10 coin holders, and so on. If there's less than five, you'll get 100% of the NFTs you'll get your royalties for. So it's definitely a really neat incentive to buy the creator coin. The founder reward is going to be set at 20%, and again, that opens at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So get in early, and you'll get a good deal.
Yeah, I love what Boss is doing, and Agent X seems like a really cool project taking advantage of 3D. So I want to quickly get to the top NFT bidders over the last 24 hours according to NFTZ. They are La Big Mac, Chermislav Digdon, Vishnu Shularin, Anku, Studio Richards, NFT Pets, Sarah NFTs, Ban Ban, 100, and BitClout FR. And the top diamond creators over the last 24 hours, according to Alton Base, are Arapete, Krasenstein Us, Shady Acres, Happy Rabbit, Stargeezer, M. Her, Rihan Ree, This Day in Music History, Sean Slater, and our good friend Brutal.
Congratulations. And today there's one event, thanks to Miss Katie Ann for letting us know. At 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Clubhouse, there's this Sunday bake sale, Goosey's Monsters Finale. And this room's going to include Rhubarb, Miss Katie Ann, Spunk Art, Lisa Jane, French Connector, Rhine Elf, Conchi, Tobias Schmid, Shady Acres, Disruptivepreneur, Clay Oglesby, All Things Creative, ZN Mead, Jody Bossart, Zopal, and Night 10. And Goosey's going to be minting the final three Goosey Monster NFTs. These are awesome if you haven't seen them already. Check them out at gooseys.nftz.me. They're also going to be announcing details of their Wild Goose Chase, which will be on the 25th, so in 4 days from now. So definitely check out that room if you're around at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you haven't been to the Clubhouse rooms yet, it's a great place to meet some other Deso community members. And that's all the news we have for today. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your weekend.